Hey guys, it's Megan
and Stephanie,
and we are
Barn Besties
with Farm Fresh Advice.
Part 3, Megan.
We're here
to talk about
stalls.
Yep. So part 1 was many months ago.
Yep.
We did not have. How many layers you got on, Megan?
I don't know.
I got 5 on top and at least 2 or 3 down below.
In our Oro vest.
I get wider and wider with the more layers. Remember that kid
each month
in a Christmas story?
Yeah.
And he's in a snowmobile. That's me. I can't even bend over because it got all the layers on. Although,
it's a good time.
We're twinning.
It's a good time.
Need a vest on. So
here we are.
This is another version.
It's a second stall, or a different version of our stalls. So my dad and I built these stalls, and they're actually 2 stalls, even though it looks like 1. So
that's cool.
Come on in.
Let's
this
get
is called the suite. So if we had 2 stalls here, it would be pretty small stalls. At that time, we had Arabs.
Oh, sure.
So we had pretty small horses.
Pony.
And we were also breeding horses, so you can see the remnants of that.
This would have been where the stall wall divider.
Yeah, and so what is really cool about this, you can see that there is a board, or not a board, what do you call these stuff? Oh my God.
Conduit.
I have the flu.
It's conduit.
I can't seem to.
It's a bar. It's conduit.
Lift the bar. But anyway, my dad built these, and so the bar comes out.
Sure.
And so what we could do is put the board in, and it created a nice wall, and then this conduit lock the boards in. And the other what he noticed about those stalls is like the horses we tied the horses to the bars.
Yeah.
And so it ruined the bars. Don't do that, people.
At least they're replaceable.
Well, these are replaceable. Those aren't. You have to
disassemble the whole thing. Yeah. So
anyway, that's why he did that. However, the horses can oh geez.
Put it from the bottom.
No, you got to do it from the top.
Uh-oh. We'll do it later.
Yeah, so anyway, but you just push it in, and it has to go from the outside. So there you go.
There you go.
So anyway, yep, that's this stall. So it could be
nice and big. A foaling stall.
A foaling stall. Also, it is a suite for our largest horse here.
What you got above you?
We have a fan.
That's nice. I actually have 2.
We have 2.
Because it's meant to be 2 stalls.
2 stalls. And it's an enclosed motor.
Dustproof.
Dustproof. And we have 2 lights.
Which is nice.
Just a standard.
1 over each stall.
Exactly.
We'll just pretend it's 2 stalls.
Yep. And then over here, I love these. And the reason why is because we can just throw the hay up in it. However, you better be good at throwing. It's kind of like basketball, and I'm not. Yeah. So and we put them up high. I don't want the nets down low.
Why, Megan? Why?
Well, I've never had it happen. But a horse can put a foot.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, a shoe could be caught. Like, let's say and he could very well do it in this one. The one thing I have had is if people don't do the clips right on the blanket, I have had one time only a horse connect itself to the net. So
did it freak out?
No, just stood there and kept eating. But then we were like, why aren't you coming to this horse always comes to the door. And then voila, there we found it attached, and we just came in and detached it. So
hopefully if it freaked out, the net would give way. But that's scary.
It is scary. And then, but what I love, why I continue to keep them is so when we would put hay on the floor, a lot of my horses love to pee in the hay, stomp on it, and not eat it.
Poop in it.
Yeah. So here we have a lot less waste with these guys. And these I just bought online. I don't remember the name.
I was just going to ask if you guys made them. Okay.
We did not. But the one thing that does happen a lot that you have to be prepared for is not just the initial cost, but
replacement?
Yeah, we have to replace the net, depending on the horse, actually.
Do they chew through the holes, or do they rip it off, or is it all
they rip off the back.
Okay.
And you can see this one has been modified with carabiners. and it seems to be working for now. But certain
Farmer
horses,
ingenuity.
yeah,
Good job, Megan.
certain horses actually ruin them more frequently than others.
I bet if they're tall enough, they body slam this.
Or they're bored.
Do they body slam the hay to scratch?
Yeah, they do.
It's a good little butt itcher.
Yeah, they scratch themselves. I have some horses that absolutely hate these. And so I'll have one, he actually pushes the bottom of the hay and pushes the hay out.
Because he's a pig?
No, he's like OCD. He's a very odd horse.
Well, it is a frustration thing depending on how big the net holes are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy smaller, which will slow down and make the hay last longer. That helps with boredom.
Yeah.
Right?
But
it also
sometimes they're
drives them
bored
crazy.
and I have one who will just grab the net and this is all you hear. So for him, we actually put the hay on the stall floor.
Is it a little dark horse?
A little black horse.
Yep.
Yeah, he drives me batty. So anyway, there you
He's
have.
adorable. We love him.
No,
but no, yeah. The only thing I would see in here that would give me big pause. So is this metal, the top part?
It is. Yeah.
So sorry for me to step in your way. This is rounded, and when you look at it, it looks like it might be sharp. This is actually rounded, thankfully, so not sharp at all.
No.
But when you look at it, it just looks like it might be this like sharp edge.
Oh, yeah,
but they've done a nice job of wrapping it around, and the same on the bottom.
Yeah,
I remember when I first saw these, I was mortified. Then I walked up and I was like, oh,
they're not so bad. But yeah, the only other bad thing is if you have a tall horse, which we do in this stall, he will push, and because it's supposed to be, yeah. So that can. Depending on how destructive your horse is, good luck.
So have you had to replace the whole thing?
Only in one stall.
Oh, that's not bad. And how long have you had them? Quite a while.
10 years.
Okay.
Let's say 10 years.
That's good. A good investment.
It's a great investment. For wasting hay and hay costs, it's worth it. Even if you have a horse that's destructo and you have to buy another one. So, yeah.
So can we talk really quick? It's not totally on stall design, but you got some really interesting winter buckets here.
Sure. Do you want to do a quick short session on that?
Sure.
So we'll
do that as a short?
Yeah. Let's
watch for that short.
Watch for the shorty.
But can we look at the latch? Is there anything different on the outside of this
no,
stall?
It's exactly the same.
Okay. Well, let's talk real quick about it again in case they missed it.
All right.
You've got these types of latches, and you've got a safety mechanism.
Clip.
And that prevents
any of that shenanigans.
To some extent that.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't recommend these latches. I prefer yours, which is the bolt.
The bolt.
But,
that was in part one.
Each to his own.
Sure.
And there's various and sundry types of latches.
But these are common.
Yeah, most people have these, but I would recommend adding.
This is actually a slightly different latch than what we saw in the part two, your first stalls, because it does curve out, which provides a little extra layer. And then this is different.
Yeah, it's a thicker metal.
Harder to put that out around.
Yeah.
So
that might be maybe
an upgrade. This is an upgrade, and this is a bit of an upgrade.
But I would say these stalls were built maybe a year or two after the Cleary stalls.
Sure.
So they're about 30 years old.
And you've got the same saddle pad.
The saddle pad, and I have the two hooks.
Here.
And then what we never talked about? I like to label the stalls.
Yeah.
I try not to move horses around, so that way whatever medication, supplements are always being used in the same bucket.
And horses like their own it's their house, it's their bedroom.
Right.
It's their private space. They're comfortable. They know their bed.
And these
smells
are
like
easy to change. I know some people use
plastic or metal or
markers, or they have nice designs.
Mine were here.
Yep.
Which is funny because I'm the taller of the two of us.
And then they're up there. Yeah, but
I also didn't have this on my stall door, so
I also used to have metal, or
they do.
Well, like what you see on a desk, you know, so you'd see like Dr. McIsaac, right? Well, and then it'd be the horse's name. Well, I spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I stopped doing that. That's right out of the printer.
Right.
Very easy.
Right.
Very easy.
Makes sense. So, and then can we talk real quick about on the front here?
This is just a tack-up area.
This is a multi. We've talked about this on other videos, but this is again why we don't have swinging doors that open. this is a multi-use area, and a lot of barns have multi-use areas just like this right now.
And I wouldn't do this ever again.
Yeah.
So like,
but a lot of people, this is what they've got.
They know.
For me, I don't have tack-up areas like you do, so this is what I would do too.
Yeah, I would have a tack-up stall so you don't have horses coming and going. It's just too much traffic and lack of safety for me.
And again, talking about how this is a horse's little private bedroom, it's disturbing to them to be tucked in for bed. They're eating, they're trying to have a peaceful night, and you got chaos going on right in front of them, lights, people banging things.
Well, and
it disturbs their sleep and their rest.
One of my rules is please do not pet other horses that are not your own or the one you're coming to ride. Which I would say...
disease transmission, right?
For disease, but also you don't know the horse. The horse could bite. But I can tell you people do not follow that rule.
Right.
And so a lot of times...
pretty funny.
Yeah, they're standing in front and the horse is having maybe a meltdown. Well, the more you stand there and poke at them, the more... Because I have one, he's kind of like a parrot. Any little change in his ecosystem, he starts weaving. But if we shut the light out and we're not busy in front of his stall, he quiets down really fast. But people
private relaxation
like to stay, they like to drive in other people's lanes, and they really should just focus on their horse. So that's another reason I would have a separate area, so that way you can be banging, clipping, whatever, and not disturbing.
Can we circle back on this, which we talked about earlier?
That's a fan.
This is the fan. So she's got a little electric spot here. I love that you have a safety cover. Yeah. This is like a child proofer, but keeps the dust out here. Obviously, clearly by the amount of layers we have on us, it's winter, but so
you can just plug it in.
Plug it in, and it stays
and the fan goes. The only problem with this is when someone takes the horse out, they leave the fan on.
Oh.
As a barn owner, that drives me a little
it's a waste of electricity.
Yeah. So and then in this section of the barn, each stall has its own light. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Not every section of the barn has
And we see, because this is a double stall,
it's
latched in.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. And so this is the second version of our stall. So we should move on to
So
the next version.
Come back for that'll be part 4.
Part 4.
Craziness. So thank you guys so much for joining us. If you've missed parts 1 and 2, please go back, check them out, and then come back for parts 4 and 5.
Yeah.
4 and 5.
Let's do this, people.
And please hit the like.
Please subscribe. We need your love.
And again, if you've watched the first couple of parts, you got questions, leave them down in the comments. We will attempt to respond if we've got answers.
Yeah, and share the videos if you can. Help others. So cool.
Good. See you on part 4.
Bye guys.